So I'm in this coffee shop in Kyoto last March, just minding my own business. And there is this little boy at the next table, maybe 4 years old. Full meltdown, screaming, on the floor, the works. And his mom, she just sits there, doesn't say a word. I'm watching this thinking, oh God, this is going to be a thing. But 90 seconds later, he just stops. Climbs back up, they keep eating like nothing happened. And I sat there for the next hour trying to figure out what I just saw. There is a Japanese word that I think every tired parent needs to hear. It explains why Japanese moms almost never yell at their kids in public. And once you understand it, you'll realize you've been doing parenting on hard mode. The word is Saki-mawari. Stay with me. This one's going to change something. Before I dig into it, let me tell you something I noticed. I spent 3 weeks in Japan last spring. And I started counting how many times I heard a parent yell at their kid in public. Trains, restaurants, parks, supermarkets, 3 weeks of just paying attention. The number was 4. 4 in 3 weeks. In my neighborhood back home, I'd hit that number on a Tuesday morning. So something is going on, something they know that we don't. And it is not strictness. That is the part that surprised me. Okay, here is what I want to do. I'm going to walk you through 4 things Japanese parents do. Things that don't sound like anything special when you first hear them. But together, they explain almost everything. And I'll be honest, there is one on this list that messed with me the most. We'll get to it last. A quick note before we start. This isn't me telling you Japanese parenting is perfect. No, culture's parenting is perfect. I'm just showing you what the research and the people who study this stuff actually say. You take what fits. You leave the rest. Let's start with the word I told you about, Saki-mawari. It literally means going around in front or getting ahead. But in parenting, it means something every Western mom should know. A Japanese mom doesn't wait for the meltdown to happen. She kind of sees it coming 10 minutes before it actually shows up. And she quietly moves things around to prevent it. This isn't about being psychic. It is about paying attention. Here is what gets me. Most American parenting advice teaches you how to react, how to respond to a tantrum, how to enforce a consequence, how to set a boundary. All reactive, all happening after the fire has already started. Japanese parenting puts almost all of its energy in the 10 minutes before the fire. Hungry? Feed her early. Tired? Leave the restaurant before the second drink. Overstimulated? Pull her into a quiet corner before she boils over. None of this is rocket science. But here is what is weird. American moms know all of this, too. We just don't do it. We push through. We say one more errand. We say she'll be fine. And then we're shocked when she is not fine. The Japanese mom respects something we forget. Small kids have small batteries. Plan around the battery. And here is the part that hit me hardest. This isn't a parenting hack. This is a worldview. If you've ever yelled at your kid in a parking lot, it probably wasn't because you're a bad mom. It was because nobody taught you to plan around the battery. And you've been blaming yourself for something that was honestly just a missing skill. Habit 2, Mimamoru. This one took me a while to get because it sounds like neglect. Mimamoru literally means watching with care or protective watching. But here is what it looks like in real life. A 2-year-old falls down. She doesn't run over. A 4-year-old struggles to put his coat on. She doesn't help. A 5-year-old has an argument with another kid. She doesn't intervene. To a Western mom, this looks cold. Like, do something. But Japanese moms aren't being cold. They're doing the harder thing. They're letting the kid finish. Finish the fall, finish the struggle, finish the argument. Because every time you rescue a kid from a small problem, you're quietly teaching them that small problems are too big for them. The Japanese figured this out without needing a study. But there is a study, actually. Researchers at the University of Minnesota tracked kids for 25 years, asked one simple question: who succeeded as adults? Not the smartest kids. Not the kids from rich families. The kids whose parents had let them struggle, starting at age 3. Most American parents are still tying shoes at 5. And here is the embarrassing part. I do this. I still do this. I see my niece struggling to open a yogurt cup, and my hand just shoots out. Like a reflex, I don't even think about it. That reflex, that little instinct to fix things, is the whole problem. Because every time my hand shoots out, I'm telling her something. I don't mean to tell her that yogurt cups are too hard, that she needs me, that the world is too big. The Japanese mom doesn't do that, and her kid grows up knowing the world is something she can handle. By the way, if you've ever felt judged for letting your kid figure something out on their own, I want to hear about it. Type the word Mochi in the comments. I'm curious how many of us there are. Habit 3. And this one I need to handle carefully, because Western parenting books get this completely wrong. There is a Japanese word, Haji. Most Western books translate it as shame. And then they spend pages telling you why shame is bad and why Japan parents wrong. This is a translation problem. A bad one. Haji isn't shame the way we use it. We use shame to mean you are bad. Haji means this affected someone else. It is not about the kid's identity. It is about awareness. When a Japanese mom takes her 4-year-old aside in a restaurant and says something quietly, she is not saying, "You're bad." She is saying, "That man over there looks tired. Your voice is loud. He probably wants peace." That is it. And here is what is wild. That tiny, repeated lesson, hundreds of times, year after year, is one of the most powerful empathy training programs anyone has ever built. Western parenting says, ignore them, focus on yourself. Japanese parenting says, the people around you are real. Your behavior touches them. And kids who grow up hearing this become adults who notice other people, not in a self-conscious way, in a connected way. You know, that feeling when someone really sees you, where you feel like you exist? That feeling is being built in a Japanese kid by age 6. And honestly, the absence of it is half of why modern people feel so alone. Habit 4. The one I told you about. Ma, this word doesn't translate. Translators have given up. Ma means the space between things. The pause between notes in music. The silence between two people who don't have to talk. And it is, weirdly, a parenting tool. Western moms fill every second with words. Are you okay? Why did you do that? How do you feel? Use your words. Tell me what is wrong. Constant verbal pressure on a kid who is barely verbal. Japanese moms do something else. They just wait. A kid melts down. Mom kneels next to her, says nothing. Just there. 20 seconds, 40 seconds, a minute. Eventually, the kid starts breathing again. Eventually, she looks up. Eventually, she says, in her own words, what was wrong? And then, Mom answers. That silence isn't passive. That silence is the whole point. Because here is what I've come to believe, watching this enough times. Most kids don't actually know what is wrong when they're melting down. They're flooded. The words aren't there yet. They need time. Western culture is uncomfortable with silence. We rush in, we narrate, we problem solve, and we accidentally teach our kids that their feelings need to be talked about before they're even felt. The Japanese mom is doing the opposite. She is holding silence like a container. And in that container, the kid figures herself out. Honestly, this is the one I'm trying to practice. And it is hard. It is really hard to just sit there and say nothing while your kid is crying. Every cell in your body wants to fix it. But that fixing is the noise. And the silence is the real help. So, that is the whole thing. Saki-mawari. Plan around the battery. Mimamoru. Let them finish. Haji. Other people are real. Ma. Silence is a parenting tool. 4 small things that, together, explain almost everything about why Japanese moms almost never yell. It is not strictness, it is not magic, it is not a different kind of kid. It is just a different way of looking at the whole job. And here is what I want you to walk away with. If you've ever yelled at your kid in public and then felt like a monster in the car ride home, you're not a monster. You're a Western parent trying to do parenting without the 4 tools the other side of the world has been using for centuries. That guilt you've been carrying isn't yours. It belongs to a system that never taught you these things. Okay, one more thing before I go. I'd love to know which of these 4 hit you the hardest. For me, it was Ma, the silence one. I cry every time I think about it. Drop your answer in the comments. I read all of them. And if anything in this video gave you a little permission to forgive yourself, subscribe to Mochi School. Stay a while. We have a lot more to talk about. I'll see you in the next one.